everybody. It's your best friend, Sarah. We were laughing because, sometimes I talk about this or that, and, I said all this stuff about, I've talked about, now they use the word Jew face, but, in the past, I've talked about all that blah, 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 Jewish women never get to play Jewish women in roles, blah, blah, blah. And, you heard me say it. I was like, I don't know. I love all these actors. I don't have a problem with it individually. It's just every time, and if you watch it, I'm like, it's pretty light. I know I'm talking about a heavy thing. That's what I do. I like to talk about heavy shit in a light way, but I was like, I'm just noticing. And it's so funny with the, clickbait, like news outlets so desperately need you to click on stuff, and it has to be like outrage is what gets people to click on stuff. So it's, when people reported on it or whatever, they go, Sarah Silverman rails against, and then if you watch the video, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just noticing stuff, but I expect it. I don't care, it's fine. And then my friend David Yazbek, who I'm working on The Bedwetter with, it is friends with Tony Shalhoub because he wrote The Band's Visit, who Tony starred in, and of course he stars in Miss Maisel, and I guess TMZ or I don't know, there was an article that popped up in David's feed because he has like a Google alert on Tony Shalhoub, and it's like, Tony Shalhoub slams Sarah Silverman for saying blah, 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 blah. And, it made me laugh because I don't even need to read it and I don't need to talk to Tony or anything. There's no doubt in my mind that TMZ caught him and was like, what do you think about Sarah Silverman? She says that Jews shouldn't, only Jews should play Jews or no, non-Jews shouldn't be able to play Jews or whatever. That's not quite what I said. It's a little more nuanced than that, and I love Tony, and he's Semitic too, by the way. He's Arab. But anyway, it just made me laugh, because I know what that is. They need people to click on stuff. So they manufacture fights and stuff. And there's no doubt in my mind that, Tony they were like, what do you think? She doesn't think you should play a Jew, or, however they paraphrased it. And he said something like, I don't know, I think actors act, which is a beautiful answer. But then it's like Tony Shalhoub slams Sarah Silverman, and I didn't even need to look at it. I know he didn't. It's so silly. But it's funny because anything else that does, if it's not about me, which 99.999, those clickbait things totally get me. I'm like, what? And I click on it, whoever it's about. I like the juicy stuff, as everybody does. And that's why clickbait works. Was that a story worth telling? I think so. Why not?
Here's some ads.
Let's talk about Masterclass. With Masterclass, you can learn from the world's best minds, anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn how to cook from Gordon Ramsay, focus on self-expression and authenticity with RuPaul, or learn screenwriting from Aaron Sorkin. With over 100 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. You can access it from your phone, computer, or smart TV, and each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. You got 10 minutes a day to improve your life, don't you? You can go at your own pace. There's no pressure to complete the course in a certain amount of time. This is all you. Each class is supported by downloadable materials, lessons, recipes, or more. You can find all available classes at masterclass.com. Man, I love Masterclass. I just can't believe the information at our fingertips. Anything you're interested in, anyone you're interested in, anything you don't know how to do that you want to know how to do, anything you want to learn more about. It's amazing. I just watched Steve Martin's, and I learned a lot. This holiday, give one annual membership and get one for free. Go to masterclass.com/Sarah today. That's masterclass.com/Sarah. Terms apply.
And we're back.
Okay, let's take some calls.
Sarah, we remember last week we asked for some jingles for my side of the Albanese.
Oh, yeah.
We got some submissions.
We have more?
Yeah, there's quite a few actually.
All right, let's
Let's
listen to them. Rory's My Side of the Albanese.
Hi, Sarah. It's Jody
and Julia
from Smith. we thought we'd help you out with that jingle. Here it goes. Hey, it's that time again to hear from our friend Rory's side of the Albany.
All right. Smith. That sounds... I wonder if I've heard of that band. That's a band, I guess. All right. Doesn't seem like they put a lot of intensive labor into it, but it's catchy, I guess.
Hey, Sarah. This is Smith. We're from Kentucky.
Again?
And we have a jingle for you. Here it is.
Rory's
Side of the Albany.
Rory's
Side of the Albany. Side of the Albany.
All right. I like that one. That's too long, but I'd just use the last one. That's good. I like that. There's more? That's the winner so far.
Nick, was that a poor choice?
Well, sometimes Rory disagrees. It's Rory's side of the Albany.
There's a science to it.
Oh, that's Rory's voice. I didn't know what that was. Who is that? Is that Smith again? A third time?
No, I think it's somebody else. A different musician named Paula.
Oh, she's harmonizing with herself. Wait, can we hear that one more time?
Yeah.
So that's Rory's voice she's using. Paula.
Nick, was that a poor choice?
Well, sometimes Rory disagrees. It's Rory's side of the Albany.
There's a science to it.
I like the last part. There's a science to it. The first side of it, I couldn't even understand what he was saying. But that's kind of good, although it's a little hokey, that kind of, I'm making a motion with my hands that I can't explain. Old-timey in a, I don't know, kind of way that I'm not super psyched about. But I like adding his voice to it. You know what we could do? I don't know if this is, well, I don't know. Everyone's just giving us these. We could use that last one from Smith that I said, and then add him going, there's a science to it. Sorry, Rory. There's a science to it. That could be good. That's what I like best so far. Okay. What else?
Sure.
There's more?
Hi, Sarah. My name is Deb Popple. I've written you a theme song for your Rory segment, and I've scored it, as these things generally are, for mezzo, soprano, and tuba. Here you go.
Tuba.
Rory and Sarah sitting in a tree. Arguing. It's fun and it's breezy. It's hardly ever sleazy. When Rory gives his side of the Rory gives his side of the Rory gives his side. It's so Albanese. I hope you liked it.
I liked it, but it's kind of like your mom's parody song. You go like, this ain't your grandma's parody song. This is your grandma's parody song. It's like my mother would have loved it. It's very Tom Lehrer-y. But I don't know. But I like Albanese. All right. I still like the concoction I like best. All right. Is that it? Oh.
Hi, I'm sending in a song for Rory's segment. My name is Marissa. Rory, what you have to say? It's gonna be wrong, but it's Sarah's show, and that's just the way. Your side of the Albanese is a terrible name. Sounds like the side of your ass, but let's hear more from you on this funny podcast.
That kind of wilted.
Yeah, I like the spirit, but it's not great.
She wrote a poem.
Yeah.
And tried to put a tune to it. Clearly
Yeah.
not a musician by trade. But all right, okay. Thank you.
Rory's side of the Albanese.
I do like that. Do like that one. But I think I still like that one I like mixed with the audio drop from the other one. Are there any more?
Oh yeah, there's a few more.
Still more.
3 more, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. 3 more.
Here's Rory Jingle number 1 from Heavy Metal Marching Band in Seattle. And if you like it, let me know where I can send the real MP3.
Oh geez, we'll see what he believes. It's Rory's side of the Albanese. It's Rory's side of the Albanese. Oh geez.
Oh geez, Albanese.
I like it. The recording is weird, but I like it. What does it sound like? It's like something from Fantasia or something. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Now that you say it, yeah. It sounds like, kind of like Disney or something like 20, 30 years ago or something.
I do like that one, though. Yeah. All right, what else? 2 more.
Here's Rory Jingle number 2 from Heavy Metal Marching Band in Seattle. And once again, if you like it, let us know where to send the real MP3. Let's rock.
Rory's side of the Albanese. His bumbling hot takes will bring you to your knees. Rory's side of the Albanese. What's the story, Rory?
I mean, my instinct is just overproduced and, like, I don't know if the content can hold up to it, but I loved when he goes, Rory's side of the story. Rory's side of the story. I do like that.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. This is from last week. This gentleman Nathaniel from Stockholm sent one in, and now he's kind of corrected it or.
Oh yeah,
fixed
because
it a
he
little
said
or
Rory's
something, yeah.
side of the story.
Yeah.
Rory's side of the Albanese. Rory. I like it. I like that one. I like the last 3, and I like the one I like the third one of them from Smith with the audio drop of Rory saying it's science. And we can use all of them. We can use myriad times, I don't know if I used myriad right there. But we can different times use different ones maybe.
Yeah, why not?
Or amalgamate them? That's not a word.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a word, yeah. No, that's
amalgamate?
Yeah, no, you're doing you're concocting something, amalgamating, taking a couple things, putting them together.
I know amalgamation, and so I just went with amalgamate, but that's a real word and I used it right?
Yeah, it's a verb, yeah.
Holy fucking shit. That makes me so happy. Wow. Thank you for sending those in. I love that. I love it. They were all fairly good. Many better than others. Some stank. But that's so cool. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right, let's take a call then, right?
You left me a message. Now I'm playing it for the world. Let's hear some voicemail.
Hey Sarah, it's Stephanie from Portland, Oregon. I recently started watching Dr. Katz episodes again, and mind blown, I didn't put 2 and 2 together before that one of the stars of the show was your sister, Laura. Thanks.
Yes. God, that was a huge character too. And it was all improvised. It was so Dr. Katz, professional therapist, was on Comedy Central. I think you can find them all. I'm sure you can find them all somewhere, wherever she said she was watching it. But it was a Comedy Central show, and she played Laura, the receptionist. And she's just so dry, and so there weren't a lot of characters like that. And this was animated, and it was very real, very dry, and it was all improvised. So she generated everything she said. And I even remember it was so popular. I remember one year she was one of like Esquire's, favorite women of the year or something, was her cartoon character, Laura. And that really it's all her. They still do live ones sometimes. It's really popular. Jonathan Katz, of course, brilliantly funny. And H. John Benjamin, who everybody knows from a billion things, played his son Benjamin. And it is such a good show. And Laura works a lot as an actor. She's a brilliant writer. I mean, she's really one of my favorite writers, and she's always working on lots of stuff, so I love getting to read it. But she's also a beautiful actor, and she, for people who know her, she has like a cult following. She was Jane in The Comeback. Brilliant. If you haven't watched The Comeback, you've got to watch The Comeback. There are 2 seasons, 9 years apart, and it's a masterpiece. And, she's worked in tons of things. I can't even out to name them. I mean, she was on King of Queens, and she was in Goliath, and she was in Nurse Jackie, a bunch of Nurse Jackies. And, she works all the time. House. My dad wears my dad wears all the like t-shirts and swag from like all the different shows we wear. And he always wears his House t-shirt that says normal is overrated. He loves that one. She's funny. She's a great performer, and she's a beautiful writer. And she does a lot of voiceovers. She does a lot of animation stuff. And of course, she and I are Ollie and Andy in Bob's Burgers. And we have kind of the same voice box. We looked at, she was Laura, my sister, on the Sarah Silverman program as well. And, she's older than me, but she played my younger sister because she looks so fucking goddamn good. And what was I going to say? So I am Vanellope on Wreck-It Ralph. But she had to audition, which is funny. And of course she did. But, we have the exact same voice box. So she does Vanellope for like, when they would do promotional, like McDonald's commercials with Vanellope's voice or things like that. And because we have the exact same voice box, this is all I had to tell her to do Vanellope. I go, just go all the way up. She was like, got it. Ralph, I've got pixlexia. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it other than she knows what I'm talking about. It's just all the way up. It's all the way. Anyway, that's my sister Laura. My sister Laura, who's smart, and she's the family historian, and she's the family doctor. And not a doctor by trade, but she basically knows everything about everything. That one does. My beautiful Laura. All right, sorry, I could go on and on.
Here's some ads.
True Niagen. Some days can be a real struggle. The good news is True Niagen can lead to a lot less of those rough days. These supplements help fuel the cell's energy engines, maintain cellular metabolism, and even support heart health in combination with a healthy lifestyle. With 13 published human clinical studies and backed by Nobel Prize winners, True Niagen is a supplement that's clinically proven to boost NAD levels, an essential coenzyme required for cellular energy repair. When I heard True Niagen wanted to sponsor the show, I always do research, and I asked my homeopath about it, and she said it's fantastic, and I started using it. Add more vitality to your life today with True Niagen. Right now, new customers can save 10% on their first purchase by going to trueniagen.com/Sarah and use code Sarah. That's TRUNIAGEN.com/Sarah. Code Sarah to save 10% on your first purchase. TrueNiagen.com/Sarah, code Sarah. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Article. I love Article. No matter what room needs a refresh, Article is the easiest way to make your space look beautiful. I have several Article pieces of furniture. All my dining room chairs are from Article. They were so inexpensive and they're so gorgeous. I get so many compliments on them and they just make me happy. They're this like teak wood with a teal back. Oh, they're so pretty. And I also have a gorgeous mid-century bed frame from them. Inspired by a variety of modern design aesthetics like mid-century, Scandinavian, industrial, and bohemian. You can save up to 30% over traditional retail prices. They sell directly to you. That's how you save the money. There's no showrooms, no salespeople, no retail markups. Fast, affordable shipping is available across the USA and Canada and is free on orders over $999. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Go to article.com/Sarah and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/Sarah to get $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
And we're back.
Hey, Sarah. This is Allie. I'm in Denver, Colorado. And I wanted to hear your thoughts on something I've been sitting with lately. I am pro-choice when it comes to abortion, 100% of the way. But I'm also pro-vaccine. And I've been thinking about this conflict of wanting people to get vaccines. And, I mean, I'm fully vaccinated. If there was a vaccine mandate, I'd be fine with it. But then I'm like, man, that kind of goes against the whole pro-choice ideology of letting us decide what we want to do with our bodies. So I'm just kind of sitting with that. And you seemed like a good person to share that with and hear your thoughts about it. So, yeah. Tell me what you think. Hope you're doing well. You're awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I hear what you're saying because I fucking hate. Let me back up. I try to be open-minded with the people who are like, whatever, who don't want to be vaccinated. But here's the thing. All of a sudden they're saying my body, my choice. But vaccinations are like, everyone had to get vaccinated. When the polio vaccine came out, everyone had it. They gave it out in schools. It was mandated then. And no one complained. You have to have a fucking million vaccines to let your kid has to have a million vaccines to be able to go to school. I mean, blah, blah, blah. We've been talking about all these talking points. People are not going to hear it if they don't want to hear it. But I mean, if you want to go to a different country, you have to get a bunch of vaccines half the time. Certainly a lot of countries in Africa, a lot of countries where you have to get inoculated, you have to get vaccinated to go there. If you're in the military, you have to get a fucking billion vaccines. Yeah. I mean, it's just because it's been politicized. So I find that fucking my body, my choice thing when it comes to vaccines less annoying than when they say my body, my choice when it comes to masks. That really annoys me. I mean, what the fuck? Put a fucking piece of cloth over your face for your country, or even just like to make people feel comfortable around you at Walgreens. You're really gonna die on that hill? Good grief. Look, aborting a fetus that has a collection of cells that has the potential to become life, that affects your life, the person who's doing it. It gives them, it enables them to live the life they choose. Getting a vaccine affects other people, living humans' lives. I'm just tired about talking about the vaccine. If you don't want to get a vaccine, fucking don't get one. But if you think of yourself as a patriot, as a team player, as someone who would sacrifice the tiniest amount for the greater good, then stop thinking of yourself that way, because you aren't. We have no herd immunity. Why? Because not enough people got vaccinated. And they're getting COVID, and there are deathbed regrets right and left. It's political. That's the reason. I mean, yeah, there are going to be a few cases where, like, medically you can't get it or you're allergic to something in the whatever. Obviously, there are going to be those cases, and those are different. But it's 100% political, and both sides of the political spectrum are guilty. You got the Fox News anchors who are all vaccinated because there's a mandate at Fox that they have to be vaccinated, ranting, saying not to get the vaccine, and because that's their bread and butter, that's their base. A lot of politicians catering to that base. Again, they are vaccinated, but they talk about anti-vax, and they don't support the vaccine because that's their base, and they're never serving. They're always running as politicians. They're running. They're never just serving. You know what I mean? And I see it on the right, and I see it on the left too. You know, Joe Rogan took horse dewormer. Yes, it's a horse dewormer, but it's also a medication that's given to humans often, on the regular, for different things. You know that. I mean, if you work in news, you know that. You know, and the left knows it. But what do they call it? Horse dewormer every single time. And it's not honest. It's to make those people look stupid. And I don't like that shit. Listen, a lot of those people look stupid just fine on their own. But if you're going to fudge the truth to make people seem crazy, then you've lost your standing with me. I'm liberal as fuck. But if what is true isn't most important to you, then you lost me. Whoa, I got really serious there. Real lecture-y, but I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's so politicized. I'm vaccinated. I can't wait to get my booster, and I'm going to get a flu shot too. But it's just become so fucking political. Yeah, sure, I think you're stupid if you're taking what a comedian tells you to take on a podcast instead of the CDC, whether it's Joe Rogan or me or whoever the fuck. Yeah, but still. Boy, I love that clip with Bill Burr. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, Bill Burr was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Rogan's like, what is this with the masks? We're going to be walking around with masks now, you know? And they're both smoking cigars, and Bill's like, I don't know, but I'm not asking you about it. I hope people aren't listening to me about it. We're fucking comedians smoking cigars. I'm going to look on the CDC website, do what they tell me to do. It was funny. He said it funnier than what I just said. You know, the anger about the vaccine is fucking ridiculous. It's misplaced anger, and it's completely right versus left. And some of the anti-vaxxers are the wellness-y, that aspect too. But fuck, think of the hundreds of thousands of lives that would have been saved if Trump just said, put a mask on. My leaders have said we should wear a mask. Let's wear a mask. I'm going to wear a mask. Watch me. And then if he said, you know what? My Operation Warp Speed yielded a brilliant vaccine, a few vaccines. Very good. I'm going to take it live on TV. I'll be the first one to take it. Could you imagine? All of his followers would have been vaccinated now. They all would have been vaccinated now, and they all would have been wearing masks. And the scary question is this. As liberals, would we? Fucking, if a global pandemic can't bring people together, I don't know what chance we got. I don't know. What else?
Hey, Sarah, love the show. Wanted to talk about the power of Facebook for a second. So we are liberals, my wife and I, in the center of
Liberals.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's a lot of fun, by the way.
Awesome.
And my parents used to be, but in 16 they voted for Donald Trump. And I couldn't believe it because it's not the same people who raised me to vote for a man who acted this way. And so I went over and opened up Mom's computer. One day I saw that Facebook was still up and she was logged in, and oh my God, her news feed was awful. And so I decided to slowly start making incremental changes, and I just unfollowed one person. I didn't unfriend them. I just removed them out of the news feed, and then would maybe a couple weeks later follow somebody new whose profile I looked at, and they just seemed to be pretty centrist and scientifically literate. And it would be funny because I would hear my mom remark every once in a while, wow, I haven't heard from this person in a while. So I did this over the course of a year, and I ended up unfollowing about 10 people and maybe followed another 8 or 9. And in 2018, she changed her party to the Democrats, and in 2020 voted left across the board. Simply by changing the algorithm in her news feed, I completely transformed my mother back to the person she was. Thought that was pretty remarkable. Love you.
God, that is amazing and fucking terrifying, and I'm so glad you did that. God, it's really it's like a battle of the humans and the robots. It's like the fighting these algorithms. What is that Jurassic Park quote I'm thinking of? We spent so much time wondering if we could do it, we didn't think if we should do it. I don't know. Fucking, yeah, God, this is humanity. We are here to create robot and then go extinct in a heinous way, which it looks like we're doing. But fighting the algorithm and saving your mom, I love it. What an incredible experiment. Fuck. YouTube and Facebook, the number one places that radicalize people. And it's so easy. Fuck. Their algorithms are designed to do this. They're designed to radicalize and designed also to enrage, because that gets clicks, and clicks equals money. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube, and I remember I went on YouTube and I was like, what's a globalist? And the fucking rabbit hole that took me down, and the suggestions of videos after each one took me to an incredibly, made me into an anti-Semite. And now I'm a white power person. But it's real. It was so scary to watch. And then then your phone learns you and gives you more. And, every time you want to dip in to see, what other people are listening to and hearing, you get more of it. And it's kind of horror movie-ish. Fuck, though. These algorithms are designed to incite rage, because rage gets clicks, and clicks equals money. And ripping us apart makes rich people richer. And that's the fact, Jack. Is that a saying? We are mere cogs in the cause of making rich people richer. But man, Fox News and Facebook really happened to our parents, I'm not saying CNN is much better, because every 24-hour news channel is designed to make you watch it and keep watching. But at least it's more centrist. And I always thought, if CNN had a crawl where they would put pictures of your grandkids on a crawl on the bottom, then all your parents and grandparents would watch that, and it would save them from the fucking extremists. At least CNN won't radicalize grandma. But that's an insane story, and that should be out there more. God. This is an amazing story, and I love that you did that. That's some good trouble, I think. I don't know. What else?
Hello, Sarah. My name is Casey. I sent you a message before about my gay mom and how she supports Trump.
Oh, my God.
And I really appreciated your response. But since then, my mom and I have become estranged. Basically, what happened is I left her a text outlining all the reasons why I didn't think that she cared about me or my son or my family. And she took it off the deep end. She got really pissed off and cussed me out. Had her girlfriend text me and cuss me out. Proceeded to block me on Facebook. And I'm just wondering if I made a mistake by being honest with her. And furthermore, like, if I'm just making a mistake by being honest with anybody about my feelings. Because it seems like every time I express my feelings to someone, it always backfires on me. And people get really pissed off. And then after that, the only option is to just disconnect from them entirely. And this has already happened with like 2 or 3 people in my life. And I'm just wondering if like I just need to stop being honest, or if I just need to deal with the fact that I'm going to be alone with just my family for the rest of my life. Which, don't get me wrong, I love my baby and I love my husband. So it wouldn't really hurt my feelings, but I'm not sure.
Is that it? Okay. I think I can help you a little bit, because you say that that you're saying your feelings and you're being honest. But what I heard when you said you texted your mom is that you said what she was doing wrong and what she was, like, it was all about what she was doing wrong. And people have a hard time being open with that, and or receiving that. Instead of saying what she did and how it was wrong, you can probably communicate the same thing by saying how what she did made you feel. Because that's what you're responsible for. We're made of feelings. She can't, there's no debate over how you feel. That's just your feelings. So when you talk to people about how you feel, really make it be about, I feel this, or when you say this, it makes me feel this. I think you might get a different response than saying, you shouldn't say this, or when you did this, it was wrong. Just come from you be the one to offer vulnerability, and it's still being honest and saying your truth. But that truth is what you feel, is how you feel. And she might be given the space to have compassion for you, and the opportunity, you give her the opportunity to within her power, make you feel better. You can't ask her to change, but you can let her know how you feel. And I think because you said this has happened a few times, that's maybe what you can work on your side is, yes, you should be truthful. Yes, you can communicate those truths, but there's a way to do it. And I wonder if maybe the way that you're doing it is making your mother and others that you mentioned feel defensive, feel judged. And that's not going to be fruitful for you. They're going to be on the defensive. They're going to maybe be hurt, and the knee-jerk reaction, especially if you're working at a pretty low frequency, is I want you to feel that pain now. And it's heartbreaking. You don't want a mother to ever disown their daughter, or cut ties with their daughter. But and I'm really sorry that happened. But practicing how you confront people, and doing it using your own vulnerability and your own feelings is probably a better way to go. You know, you can practice, you know, think it through. Maybe ask yourself, how can I say my truth whilst making this person feel good or giving them the space to support me? You know, if you're vulnerable and you say, I'm hurt, then they get the chance to try to help instead of making them feel like a monster, and then they just become more of a monster because they are hurt and now their reaction is to hurt you back. There has to be room for them, you know? Does that make sense? But fuck, sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes you need to detach with love. You know, that you reached out and she rejected you feels like the way you're seeing this, and maybe that is the case, and I'm just real sorry. You know, I don't want to blame you because I don't know exactly what your text said, and, you know, it's not about blame. It's just about practice, you know, and being able to communicate truthfully with people in a way that they can receive it, you know. But I'm really sorry that your mom reacted that way. I'm sorry that you've got this real trouble with her and her partner. And I'm sorry for you, and I'm sorry for her. But you do have your family, that the family you made, and the extended family that you continue to make with friends. You know, I have a friend whose mother just fully went off the rails, and with her partner, like together they went bananas and separate, you know, cut off ties with my friend. And I don't know how you don't internalize it, but try not to internalize it. I don't know. I'm not good. I don't have the right advice for that, of how to do that. But my guess is it's maybe not anything you said or did. It's what's going on with her. And sometimes mental illness can be like, couples can have it together in a way, because like my favorite example, Randy and Evie Quaid, you know, like partners that feed each other's paranoid thoughts, and it builds and snowballs. But anyway, I'm real sorry, and I'm sorry what you're going through. And I remember this call because it was when I was like, oh yeah, like lesbians can be assholes too. Like that's my fucked up preconceived notions that, you know, I don't know. Good luck. And Dad, this is me telling you that we're winding down. This is the end of this episode. This is the time where I say goodbye, and I tell you to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And I hope you really do. Really subscribe, you know, because that keeps us on the air and stuff. And if you like watching with your eye holes, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. So there you go. Have a good one. See you next time.
Hey!
Bye.
Hey, ya fucker!
Subscribe here so you don't miss an episode. And you can click here to watch the last episode if you missed it.